So then I will continue and show you how to finish the doll while Carlos is doing lunch. So as you see now, I did the neck and the decreasing, and now I have to do the nose. And then I put the nose in the front of the face. Where else can you put it? So you knit the first 8 stitches in the front. In the 9th stitch you knit 5 stitches in one. And you do it like this. You knit first 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl, and 1 knit. Then you turn it around and you knit purl back on the 5 stitches you made. And this will form or shape the nose. So you're making what some people call the popcorn. And you turn it again and you knit 5 back. And one more time. If you want a big nose, you just knit more. So, then you knit back the last time, and then you lift the stitches over to shape the popcorn. So you knit the first one next to the last one over, then number 3, and number 4, and number 5. Then you can shape this later into the popcorn nose. And then you knit all the way around last time. And then it's time to do the opening for the eyes. So just shape it. Sometimes we also stitch the nose down to make it rounder if it doesn't look nice. Okay, now I do the round with the opening for the eyes, because when we do the eyes, we knit holes in the head, and then we make small, what we call like fried eggs, which is the eyes, which I will show you later. And then we put those in the head and stitch them on the back or the inside of the head. So when you start the eyes, you go to the center of the head again. You knit like this, so on each side of the nose, of course. So you knit 2, then you bind off 4 stitches, and then you have 5 stitches in between the eyes. So this is the opening for the first eye, and then you have 5, and then you bind off 4 more. So knit 1 and knit 2 and lift number 1 over, knit number 3 and you lift next over, and you knit 1 more and you lift that one over, and then the last one. And then you have 2 stitches left on the needle. This is now the opening for the eyes, and this is the nose, which I have to shape a little bit later. And then you knit around again the side of the head and the sides and the back, all the way around to the beginning or to the front, because now you have to cast on stitches to make the openings. And then I will show you on the other dolls how it will look. Then you finish the holes for the eyes, and you do it by knitting first the 2 stitches. Then you cast on the 4 that you binded off in the round before, So I do it like this, just cast on 4 stitches to make the opening of the eye. Then you knit the 5 in between the eyes. If this gets a little bit loose on your doll, you can always do duplicate stitch on top to tighten it up. And then you cast on 4 more on the next opening. And then you finish the needle. And you have the 2 holes for the eyes. So now you made the opening and the nose. And then you just continue knitting around until you do the decreasing, but before you finish the head you have to make the eyes, because they are now sewn in the head. So when you do the eyes, you just pick a color for your eyes. Could be this one. You put 8 stitches on 1 needle. So this is kind of the fried eggs. 8. So this is the color of the eye on 1 needle. Then you put the white. Then you make 8 stitches in white. Like that. And then you split these onto 4 needles, so you put 2 stitches on each needle. Oops. And then you start to knit around, just a few rounds to make the eye. Like this. So this is the beginning of the eye. Then you make the first round by knitting 1, increasing 1 by lifting the blue one up and knit 1. Then you do that all the way around. Knit 1, increase 1 and knit 1. 4 times. And you have to sew the yarn, the loose ends after, when you finish the eye. So, then you do 1 round with no increasing, 12 stitches. And if I'm very good, I can finish this before lunch. I hope. So, and then the last increasing. You knit 1, increase 1, knit 1 and increase 1. Knit 1, increase 1, knit 1, increase 1, knit 1. from each needle. Then you have 20 stitches all together. Then the eye should be big enough, and then you just make one round with no increasing, and then you bind off. And then you have the eye. When we finish our eyes, we sew all the loose ends, and we like to iron it or steam it to make it more flat. That's the only thing on the doll we iron. That's the eye. So this will be the eye. So and we bind off the eye. You knit one and you lift. You knit one, then you knit one more and you lift the first one over. That's the bind off. And you should try to bind off loose. Not make it too tight. Then you have to sew all the threads to make a nice eye. Through the eye, I pull the yarn through the first stitches that I casted on, like this. And I pull this through. Then you just fasten the loose ends. So, then you do the same with all the other threads, and you can actually keep them because they're going into the head anyway. And then, when you knitted a few more rounds, then you put the eyes in the head like this. You place the eye in a nice position, and then you finish the head like this. And also remember to continue with the stuffing. If you think the head is a little bit too loose, you can always put like a chopstick or a piece of fabric in the neck to make it more steady. But normally we put on, like we did on, where's that doll? This doll, she has 2 sweaters, 2 turtlenecks. It's also good for the neck. And then when you finish the head and you have the eyes like this, you have to make the eyelashes. So you just find the color you think match the doll and you make the eyelashes. Maybe she should have something like this. This is okay color. And then you make these stitches around on the upper, what do you call it? The upper front of the eye, sorry. Just pull it a little bit through like that. Then I go like this. To make the line above the eye. Then you make eyelashes by going back, and you do these stitches going from the line above the eye and a little bit into the head. As many as you like. And one more. Then from there you just go over to the other side. There you have one eye finished. So when you finish them, she will look like this. Then you do the mouth by using the yarn you want, the color you want on the mouth, and you just, I put it in where I want to have like the upper line of the smile, because you put the smile on her face. This yarn you sew later, and you do the same stitches by going back and forth. Sorry, it's better on the other side. If you want, you can do it more complicated, but we do it like this simple way. And you just put it through, cut it. Tight. There she is. Yeah. And then you finish by putting on the hair. This has already got almost all the hair, but we do it with what you call, when you do fringes on the scarf. So you just use 2 threads of yarn, you make them double, you put it in the needle like this, you go under 1 stitch in the head, pull it through, and put the ends through the loop, like this. And normally we do longer hair, and then we cut it later to make the shape of the hair. One more. So 2 yarn, threads of yarn. And this takes forever, that's why we had to start on this one. Like this. Still place for more. But this is how she will look when she finished. And another tips, when you make clothes for your doll, it doesn't work if you put it this way because the neck is too small. So all the sweaters are going on with feet first through the neck like this. And as we said last time, we made the doll skinny with this big head to make her looking more normal when she dressed. So, new sweater. Maybe we put a vest on top. And she still look normal. Maybe the legs are a little bit skinny, but still kind of normal. Finished. Carlos!
Yeah.
Food! Do we have lunch? I'm hungry.
Lunch.
What's for lunch? What do we have? What do we have?
Norwegian fish cakes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Fork and knife.
whoops.
Should I get it? Are you getting it?
Okay.
Freya, get the fork.